Okay, so far it's a peaceful Sunday morning. Blue sky, some haze in the distance, and I'm gonna walk around. It's the 29th of June, 2025. On a Grand Circle cruise line excursion through the Balkans, Serbia, etc. And this town looks very similar to the last town we were in, with the Mastodon or whatever that is over there for the kids to play on. Kind of confused me. And when I first came up on deck today, I says, uh-oh, we didn't move, but yes, we did move. And I guess that's a cultural thing to have that there for the kids. And I think maybe it's a cultural thing to have one of their local heroes on the building facing the port. And was just a beautiful place. We went to the archaeological dig last night. That was very interesting. And they got their towers on a mountain like we do at home. I think we have more, maybe one or two more. And anyway, that seems to be a thing, which makes sense. And beautiful, what we would call Malecon in Mexico. And I guess they call it well, you can't call it a boardwalk, maybe a river walk. So very nice. They're redoing these towns. You can see they're redoing in the last remnants of making this town look really nice. They're doing some construction. They're pretty much done. And they want the cruise business to prosper. So hopefully it will. I can't make out what this thing is. I don't know if it's a water inlet or a water outlet or a castle or whatever. So as I zoom in, maybe I can watch it at home with my 30:1 zoom here and figure out what it is. I'm going to go even closer. Nope, that's it. That's the limit of my lens. Okay. On the port side you have these chalets or whatever they are on the mountaintop. And then this looks like a big hotel. All windows facing out into the river. It's a big hotel. Some smaller hotels and businesses down here. And like I said, everybody's trying to improve everything. I just saw a police car. I'm going to say it's probably the first police car I've seen around. And he should pass by this fountain in just a second. Unless he... There, nope, that's another car. Okay. Anyway, he's patrolling on that street. And, but I really haven't seen any police present anywhere. I guess they don't want to look like they're some kind of dictator state. So, makes the tourists feel relaxed. We've been in several places, including the first place we came into, which gets talked about as a dictator state every day on TV. And I didn't see one sign of it. Of course, I don't live there, so I can't say for sure. Speaking of dictators, last night we had to give up our passports and you're still not back on the ship. Hopefully none of us will end up in an El Salvadorian prison or whatever their equivalent is here. For having a great grandfather that was an immigrant. Well, it is Sunday, the 29th June 2025, and I hear church bells. Probably from that church right there. I think I'm zoomed in on it. I can't tell. The sun is so bright. But anyway, it is Sunday, and it's right about, it's probably 9 a.m. The time keeps changing. Probably 9 a.m. church. But the bottom line is, it's a beautiful day. It's actually warmer here than I thought. So that's good. Okay, church bells have stopped. I guess they have enough people. Captain's coming out of the deck here. The control deck, whatever they call it on a ship. Just gonna make some final inspections, and I think we're supposed to leave in about an hour. Okay, he's gonna get some ropes off. Competent crew is working, getting peripheral stuff like those flags off. So, alright, we'll get on the way soon. Okay, working furiously to get the gangplank put up, close the doors off, getting ready to disembark. Yeah, I think we're getting ready to leave. I think it is 9 o'clock. We'll have a discussion in the lounge while we get underway.
Very personal.
Having a discussion of communism in their lives up to this point.
So much already about,
hopefully it stopped, but you never know.
Three countries that we visited so far that were in communism, but as well we'll give you a little bit of insights of something specific, let's say stories and experiences within our circles.
This is very typical of this bridge. They have a highway ringing this river and lake, whatever you want to call it.
We had the famous general of that army, an Austrian general who fortified the cave. He made the wall from the cave to the water's edge and the wall guarded by soldiers.
I don't know what really to look at.
Soldiers that were trapped there for 21 days, and
maybe
they
that's the
actually
cave, I don't
were
know.
fighting against the Turks. So it's a quite interesting story.
Not very
Nowadays
specific.
we have, for example,
For our first,
Okay, maybe it's this thing here because it's got steps leading into it.
We have another professor that joined us as well today. Not quite.
That's been a tongue-in-cheek discussion about the Danube. They're asking about why it's called the Blue Danube.
Geographically, the Danube, it is unique. It is the only major river in Europe that flows from the west to the east. This attribute has meant that the Danube has been always used as a link between the east and the west for transportation since very, very early times. The right.
Romania on the left here, and Serbia
Oh my God!
on the right.
Dear.
It's a very interesting question. Actually, tourism is booming in the last decade. Actually, as we mentioned, we're sailing between Romania on the left side and Serbia on the right side. A bit further down in Serbia, and it's called the Golden Catch. So we have in August we have a competition fishing competition, and then they make very nice specialities and they compete who.
I thought you feel a lot this morning.
Nowhere it's
We're coming up to the Signal House restaurant. Used to be a Signal House, now it's a restaurant. Looks like they have a giant camera maybe on sticking out there for the view.
Thank you so much, Madam, for taking a class about the tours.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, quite fisherman.
Maybe that thing that looks like a camera is a signal that flashes red or green, depending on whether you have the right of way here.
Thank you.
Corners.
The local authorities enabling you to fish a certain amount at certain times per
The sun is right in the camera lens.
at certain times of the day. But of course, the fishermen, it is considered to
We
be
couldn't
the
ask for a
largest
more
fish.
beautiful day here
These turtles
today.
can be found in the
We just
delta.
couldn't.
The largest fish to be found along
People
the
are
length
waving
of the
at us
river,
and we're
it is,
waving back at
however,
them.
the catfish. This is a lazy fish that lives mostly on the floor of the Danube that I showed you.
Well, this is living.
And you could see along the shores of the Danube.
Fishing here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Christian Orthodox Church, the 90%, and actually what we see here, as I mentioned, the monastery, Monastery, facing the river, outstanding view. It was destroyed end of the 18th century in Russian-Turkish War, and after the war in end of 19th century, it was renovated. It was flooded by Danube during building of iron gates in 1967. The works are completed in 2000, so what we can see for now, it's the modern structure, just 25 years. But we do also have the underwater monastery that's under.
We are going to see something quite remarkable. So please be prepared as our Captain Pedro is giving you this opportunity.
He is considered as a hero by the Romanians and has been described in numerous literary works, various movies, and so on. At the beginning of the 3rd century,
For what I read, it's in English, we'll see the Latin inscription just very briefly on our right hand side. It's actually moved, the location of the lake was actually increased. It was put a little bit up because actually we had the construction of the power plant, the locks, and the water level of the Danube also increased. The Tabula Traiana is under the UNESCO World Heritage Protection, and it's a very important cultural thing, and it's something that we are proud that we still have it. So we have Emperor Trajan who came here. We heard the story about the Dacians and the last Dacian king.
That's not a town over there. It's supposedly a resort. Huge resort. I'm going to zoom in with my 30:1 zoom. See what we can see. Golf courses, etc., whatever. Okay, we are going through the famous iron gates that was built in the 1970s, and we have our captain over here, and he is carefully guiding the ship because you only have inches to spare. Here's the dam itself. A cooperation between Yugoslavia and Romania. The treaty was signed in 1956, but it was completed in 1963.
On the first projects of Iron Gates 1, the first ship crossed the lock on her left bank on August 1969, and 11 days later it was opened for ships sailing by.
Okay, we are just starting to move very slowly. Okay, here we go. Very slow. Okay, we got the green lights and we are moving. Ever so slowly, but moving. Everybody's got their cameras running. Okay, we're moving faster. Looking at us from the control tower over there.
Customs port, do you think? What is that? Police are there.
Firefighting apparatus on both sides. There's at least one ship behind us. We're going to squeeze as many ships in here at one time as they can. Here comes the other ship on the side. I thought it was behind us. Okay, so here comes the other ship coming on the side. Okay, there's a Tito monument or something up here. So, I don't know. Guess they still love them somewhere. This place is just massive. Massive, massive, massive. No wonder it took them so long to build and engineer. Just massive. Our fellow travelers on the Travel Marva Capella. Okay, this is what it looks like in the back. Thought maybe another ship would come in, but it's not, at least for now. Okay, we're going down so slow that you can't detect it with your body. But I'm focusing on two objects. One is on the dock, and the other is our ship. And you can see that our ship is lowering ever so slowly. So, okay, we are making progress. Okay, we can illustrate it over here too, with the boat going down, the ship going down, and a concrete wall staying put. Okay, people were over there with the captain. They're watching it go down. You don't usually stay with the captain when the ship is going down, but this is an exception because we're temporarily going down, not for good. Okay, here's another illustration. I'm standing about 10 feet from the captain. And I'm going to try to hold the camera still, at least as far as the wall is concerned. And you can see that railing of the ship is going down. Okay. Oh, he's talking about lunch or something, but I think the doors are going to open soon. I'd rather see this than eat lunch. I had a late breakfast, so okay, it looks like both ships are well below where the lock height is, so, or the door height is, so we'll see. Should be any second. Okay, open up the doors there, control tower. Open up the doors, please. Oh, we're told right now we have to go to another lock after this. So we're just waiting for the green light on this one.
45 feet this time, and then we're going to go another 45.
We're going down 45 feet this time and another 45 feet next time. Before talking. Okay, we're seeing daylight, daylight, daylight on the other side of the door. So we are going to be released soon. I'm sure there's a standard operating procedure on how many people watch this operation, just to make sure it's going as scheduled and no glitches. Okay, this is going to drop below the border of the water line, and then it's got to go down the draft of the ship, which might be 10, 12, 15 feet. So it's going to take a little while to get the green light over here.
This was first part.
So we should get it green light any minute.
Lego. Lego, no?
Okay, they're releasing the ropes from the ship. We're tied off currently, and I can see some crew members releasing the ropes from the dock to the ship with a lock from the lock to the ship.
Make Lego, no?
Okay, and he got confirmation from the captain that they can let the ropes go. So, okay, now we have a green. We have a green. Still going to take a little time. Okay, he's let go of the ropes. Letting go of the ropes. Okay, they'll confirm that.
Good thing we have bumpers.
They confirm everything. Okay. Okay, he's going to throw the ropes on the deck, and he's communicating via radio to the captain. And okay, we can proceed. We're going to proceed into this next lock, which is going to take us, I don't know, maybe the same amount of time. This is like an hour, hour and a half at least. Captain's keeping an eye on everything back here, making sure we're straight and not veering off course by even an inch. I can see why they call it the Iron Gate.
Oh yeah, baby.
Can it just stay under here for a few minutes?
Really?
Not much shade. Okie dokie. We're mostly on the other side now. I don't think this next lock's going to be as dramatic. I don't know, maybe 10 feet or whatever it is. There's some dynamos right there from the dam. When I was a kid, our teacher in our school took us to the nearest dam. This is maybe 30 miles away, and it was very educational to go down and see the dynamos and everything. And there's the wires that transport all this electricity to the hinterland. Our companionship is following us. It's going to take them a little bit longer to get into the lock, second lock. We're close because the gates are going to open up towards us. We got to wait until that companionship is completely in the lock before the other gates can close towards us. Okay, shouldn't be much longer. They're almost in, but you gotta be completely in. I'm sure the rules are that you have to be in completely and you have to be stopped, because when they open those gates, it's gonna create some kind of turbulence. Okay, looks like they're slowing. Okay, should be any second for these gates to open. Looks like the same system they use on our garage. Well, actually, our front gates at our house use a system like this on a very much smaller scale. Okay, the captain just nitpicked something. Okay, now he's going to go in the booth. Okay, this is raising, so I think we're clear to go, and hopefully the gates will be opening any second. This is a radar. Should lock in about 5 seconds. Oh, we're coming up on the second iron lock. And it goes all the way over here to the other shore. So we will see if this is as tedious as the other one. Yeah, we're going into the lock. There's a crew member over there throwing a rope, attaching a rope, stringing a rope. Doing the right thing. Making sure we're secure for going through the lock. It'll drift away or something. But it's totally different than the other one. And plus it's only one level. There's the hydroelectrical part of this dam.
Iron curtain. I hope not.
Well, in a way we do. Another ship in the lock.
Nice people we've met, a lot of nice.
781.
781 cruises between us all.
Wow, that's
And
Just staggering, I have to say.
circle that have had 3 or more
781 cruises. And May Vaquero, where are you folks? Oh,
Right here.
It's a short commute.
right here. Yes.
So this lovely couple has 19 cruises, so this is the 20th cruise with us. Welcome to the club,
And I wish
folks.
you many, many more. And we have some smooth service for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Then, do we have Roddy Stephenson in the house?
Rhodey. Yeah, there's Rhodey
Thank you so much, Roddy. Roddy has 21 cruise with us. Very good. Do we?
We're sitting Iron Gate Part 2.
This is a moment where we celebrate you. Definitely,
oh boy, we're getting more
on
to
behalf
drink.
of everybody here, it is
More to drink,
very
that's
important.
always good.